If there's one thing everybody can admit, that's the fact that the Man of Steel Superman is a problem. Like, he is a problem beyond belief. Superman has always been a problem. He's an extremely powerful man who has literally no limitations aside from magic and Kryptonite. Those two being his only weaknesses make Superman an absolute monster. Sure, magic isn't even actually a weakness, it's just he's able to be hurt by magic. Magic doesn't weaken him in any way, shape, or form, he's simply able to be harmed by it. Other than that, he truly doesn't have a real weakness. At times, his weakness to kryptonite isn't even a normal weakness. Sometimes he's damn nearly 100% immune to the effects of kryptonite. Over and over and over again, Superman's weaknesses have constantly changed, been altered, or even gotten stronger. Originally, this what if was supposed to be what if Naruto was from Krypton, or was Superman. But obviously, that didn't work out too well. So now it's going to have to be switched to what if Deku was from Krypton. Now eventually, you guys, I will be making a what if Tanjiro, Superman Tanjiro. I still do have the same old thumbnail, and yes, I'm using these old thumbnails in case you're wondering as to why I have far too many and I refuse not to use them. Plus, they're all good, so there's no point in not using them. So, of course, said what's been said. Now let's start this video. The video start off on planet Krypton. You see the Kryptonians rushing towards station, pressing button after button, trying to save as many Kryptonians as they can. In turn, only 2 Kryptonians were able to get off the planet. These 2 Kryptonians ended up being adopted by 2 very special families. The first Kryptonian being Tomura Shigaraki. There's going to be a difference for Tomura. You see, Shigaraki himself isn't going to be a normal Kryptonite. He's going to be half Daxamite, which means that he's not only going to be stronger than a natural Kryptonite, and I mean massively stronger than a natural Kryptonian because he's a hybrid, he's also going to develop his powers later. Now, the reason behind me doing this is simply so Shigaraki can have the same lifestyle he did in the original timeline. So yes, it will take Shigaraki longer, but mostly because he's just stronger. Now, of course, a pure blood Kryptonian is still going to be able to keep up. Deku's still going to be able to keep up, and he's still going to be on Shigaraki's level. But the thing is, I'm going to make this a storyline where Deku still ends up getting 1 for all, and Shigaraki still ends up getting all for 1. Alright, so I know that's already overpowered, but to put it simply, it won't truly matter because he's already had strength far beyond the natural limits of 1 for all, and 1 for all is only going to boost his power. And since Shigaraki is going to be able to become the perfect vessel damn nearly immediately, it isn't going to matter. So now let's start this video further on. Young Izuku. His whole life, Izuku has been different from everyone else. He was stronger, faster, way smarter, and he was just different. Inko could never bring herself to tell Izuku as to why, but Izuku never even cared. He figured he was just like his dad. He knows that his dad has an enhancement when it comes to his strength, including his fire breathing. I'm just making it a thing because we really don't know what he can and can't do, so blah blah blah. He figured he inherited all of that power. Obviously, he did not. When Izuku was at the age of 12 years old, his parents revealed to him the fact that he was adopted, which didn't really take him long to figure out, considering the factor that he has frost breathing. He can literally breathe ice. He also has the ability to freaking breathe out a massive burst of wind. He's able to destroy anything. He's able to unleash a sonic clap that can destroy everything. Sonic scream. Now, in case you guys wonder, there are a lot of powers that Superman do indeed have, but don't use often. So just know this. If I make him do something that doesn't seem like Superman can do, just know he can do this. And he has been shown doing this before. Alright? So if y'all hear something like the Rainbow of Doom and be like, what the fuck? Read the comics. He can do that. Matter of fact, just go like on TikTok and search up, I don't know, Silver Age Superman. He got some wild abilities. On top of his already overpowered abilities, like super ventriloquism, he can talk to animals. He can unleash these rainbow beams that change people's clothing and do makeup. He has the ability to just constantly go back. He can do a lot of stuff that just was weird, but at the same time, some of them are actually really cool, like the fact that he can turn people into stone. So know this, I'm never not using a power. I'm doing this on top of the fact that Shigaraki is not a normal Kryptonian, so I'm gonna have to balance out the power. So yes, when he ends up getting one for all, it enhances his Kryptonian genes, allowing him access to his full potential. Not quickly, but over time. So now, we can continue. Back to where we were. Deku is seen sitting down in class with Bakugo approaching him. He slams his hand on his desk. "Fight me!" Deku looks at him. "Not today, Bakugo." "Why not?" "You know you're gonna lose either way it goes, so why do you always want to fight? I'm better than you." Bro, we fight like every day. And it's the same outcome, Kachan. Can we just stop? Okay. Can we just stop? Okay, back that up. Bakugo turns around and throws an explosion. It hits Deku head on and he just sits there because it doesn't hurt him. He looks at him with an annoyed facial expression. "Are you finished?" "Do I look like I'm finished, you bastard?" He goes in for explosion after explosion, which Deku continues to tank. Deku's clothing is slowly being destroyed, but he simply ignores it, considering the factor that he can just blast himself with a little rainbow and regenerate his clothes. Yes, I'm telling you, I'm giving this man every power Superman has ever been shown using. Now, if there's different circumstances to it, of course, he's not going to be able to use it unless I pull some strings. But currently, I'm giving him access to every power Superman has ever been shown using. And I don't care. So, yeah. Anyways, Deku just simply gets up and decides he had enough. He flicks Bakugo in the forehead and sends him flying. Bakugo is slammed right through the wall and is knocked dead unconscious. He had an annoyed look on his face saying, "Jeez, can we just end this day off already?" The bell ends up ringing. Deku turns around and instantly flies out of the classroom. The teacher would tell him that you know it's illegal to use your quirk, but Deku would simply roll his eyes at her and zoom off. When arriving, he would arrive in the Midoriya home, a gigantic farm. He lands there and immediately looks around. "Mom, Dad." Then he hears a voice. "Well, Mr. Midoriya, Mr. and Mrs. Midoriya aren't here right now. But take a seat, kid." He looks in confusion and sees two men in tuxedos. One seems to be a very frail and skinny man, while the other one seems to be a more bulky man with black hair. In case I don't know, Aizawa is freaking buff, and it's weird because you don't see it in anime, but in the manga, bro's built. So she sits down. What the hell is that noise? Hold on. Aizawa looks at Izuku and he immediately says, "I understand the fact that your mother and father are Inko Midoriya and Asashi Midoriya. They own this land." Izuku would nod. "Why does it matter? They've been killed," Aizawa would say. Izuku's facial expression immediately becomes serious. "What?" "They were killed by a villain. He was a powerful one," the man in the suit would say. "He was my arch enemy. I've taken him down multiple times. The man killed my master. He killed everyone who's ever had my power. Everyone who's ever been part of this lineage." They would look at him and say, "And who the hell are you?" I might look at him and say, "Kid, that'll be explained later. But what's important? We need you to come with us." So looked at him and says, "I want to see them." They will say, "You don't want to see them." "I want to see them now!" They will look at him and simply laugh. Not laugh. They look at him and simply shake their heads. "No, we can't let you see them." Izuku slams his foot in the ground. The entire house shakes. "I said I want to see them." All Might will stand up. "Look at me. You're not ready, kid. We'll show you when you're ready, but now you are not ready. Trust me, just come with me." Fine. Izuku ends up leaving with All Might and Aizawa. Well, there, he arrives at UA, and All Might takes him into a room. He said this room is normally used for the students to take out their anger. Do what you must. All Might walks away. It was in a matter of the second. The second he went out the door, the entire room exploded. All Might immediately turns around, stunned. This has never happened before. He looks around and sees everything destroyed. The walls ripped off the hinges, giant holes in all the pillars. He sees just absolute chaos and destruction all around. The giant robots that they usually fought, all destroyed. You look at him. Alright, kid. You're tough. I guess you're still angry. Say, of course I am. Fine, then you'll spar with me. All Might walks inside. He proceeds to take off his shirt, and instantly, steam begins to come off of him. Slowly but surely, his muscles begin to expand. Izuku looks confused, and All Might bulks up to his max, and looks at him and says, I fought a man many years ago. He gave me this injury right here. Because of this injury, I'm the way I am. Izuku looks at him and says, there might be a way to fix that. All Might look at him confused. What do you mean? Well, my parents told me about where I came from. My original parents, my birth parents left me something. I can't really describe it. It's a giant crystal place. It's called my Fortress of Solitude. They have the best machines in there. For all we know, they may be able to fix you. All Might will look at them and say, well then take me there. Izuku takes All Might off to the Fortress of Solitude. Well there, the process will begin with the robots. He realizes very quickly that they are indeed able to help All Might because Krypton is just massively ahead of My Hero Academia, and it's not a comparison. But they end up healing All Might within about a few weeks. When All Might and Izuku returned, All Might decides that now it's time for him to spar. He gets into a fighting stance, and so does Izuku. Izuku booms forward towards All Might, and immediately All Might booms forward towards him. Their fists would instantly clash, creating a massive shockwave that blows everything in the room back. Nezu is seen watching everything unfold on his security cameras, and the speeds that these two are moving at are astonishing. And this kid is only 15 years old, and he's keeping up with the #1 pro. Every single hit and shot All Might throws, Izuku's able to throw back with double the power, if not triple the power. All Might realizes pretty fast that this kid is a problem. He jumps upwards into the air and instantly starts booming all around the room at blinding speed. All Might then goes dead in for a punch, which Izuku would instantly duck and uppercut All Might, telling him that he fights the same way no matter what. He then proceeds to grab All Might by the face, like he moves that fast, and it instantly flies him into the side of the building and slammed his head right through it. As All Might lays there, he's like, ouch, fuck. He breaks clean out of the wall and turns and looks at him. Okay, you said I'd fight the same, huh? Well, try this out for size. All Might instantly goes in and throws a kick. A massive shockwave goes off, and Nezu, who's watching, is like, did he just kick? The shockwave flies off in all directions and instantly comes heading in forward. Immediately, Deku would instantly jump upward into the air, booming forward at high speeds. Suddenly, he sees All Might right above him, and Deku instantly freezes him with his frost breath. And everyone is stunned. Wait, what? I thought his quirk was only flight, hand strength, and speed. Clearly it's not. What the hell? Izuku would land and look upwards and smile. You're strong, All Might. And he then proceeds to blast him with his heat vision on a low scale, only enough to melt the ice and not enough to hurt him, because Superman does have control over what type of laser vision he uses. It's not just heat vision, he also have concussive beams. I want you to know that. So Superman heat vision isn't straight up heat vision. It can either be heat vision or concussive blast. He can control the exact, like he can control his heat vision on a whole nother level. Like he can control how small it is, how strong it is. He can make a massive version of a heat beam, or Superman can just straight up create like laser beams from his eyes that's able to slice through pretty much anything. I don't know how, but it's Superman. So why are we questioning him? Yeah. Anyways, Deku just gets up and looks around. You know, no matter what happened, we keep destroying our area around us. All Might, you're a strong guy. There's no denying that. But I'm stronger. I have damn nearly infinite potential and power. We need to calm down, alright? Okay. All Might then proceeds to start having meetings every single day with the heroes. The signs of All Might's enhanced, like the signs of All Might suddenly shooting back up, has spread all across the world. And the main man to spread to was All For One. And All For One decided on this day he's gonna send Shigaraki to test him, to see if he's really about the life he speaks on. He looks at him, Shigaraki, Tomura. Shigaraki will look up, yes master. I want you to take out All Might, or at least hurt him. I want you to make All Might feel true pain, and if you cannot do so, then you have lost me. He'll look at him. Of course, master. Good. Do not forget what I told you. One day, while All Might was saving a large group of people, suddenly all you hear is a boom. Immediately, they would turn. You wanna know something? Popping his neck. Tomura Zorad is my name. You know, it's a pleasure to finally meet you, All Might. All Might would turn, look at me. Who are All Might is uppercutted and flung upwards into the air. Shigaraki jumps upwards and immediately kicks him back down onto the ground. Shigaraki then begins to walk towards him. He blitzes All Might and punches him across the face. Blitzes him again and uppercuts him. It instantly goes in for a Rambo combo. He ducks, dodges, and immediately slams All Might face into the ground. He tells All Might he could have instantly killed him just then. Matter of fact, he could have killed him the minute this fight started. And All Might look at him and question, what do you mean? Shigaraki touches the building beside him and it instantly turns into ash. All Might looks stunned. What the hell? Wait, there were people in there. All Might gets up and has an angry face. He booms forward and immediately yells 100%. Goes dead in for Detroit Smash, punches Shigaraki successfully, and his entire arm shatters. All Might screams. Shigaraki grabs him by the throat and instantly throws him into the air. He booms forward and kicks him dead across the chin and sends him flying. As everyone watches this, they're absolutely stunned. Endeavor flies into battle and instantly activates a Hell Spear and throws it at Shigaraki. Shigaraki instantly flies out of the way. The Hell Spear makes direct contact with All Might and sends him flying. Shigaraki appears right in front of Endeavor, flicks him away like a fly. Big blitzes behind him and instantly hits him in the back of the neck, sending him flying right back towards the ground. He slides on the ground and nothing but debris goes everywhere because it's Endeavor. Nobody cares. Anyways, Shigaraki just starts laughing more and more. You can do so much better than this. Where's the man I've heard about? Where's the one from the Legends? The #1 pro hero? Come on now, All Might. Show me what you got. All Might gets upwards and says, you know you're not on my level, kid. He booms forward towards him and instantly goes in for another punch. And Shigaraki catches it. A shockwave goes off and he instantly breaks All Might's other arm, causing All Might to scream. All Might is suddenly starting to regret saying this kid can't take him, as Shigaraki kicks All Might directly in the ribs, breaking his ribs, kicks him in his stomach and sends him flying. Aizawa arrives on the battlefield and begins to try to deactivate Shigaraki's quirk, but to Aizawa's surprise, he booms forward. And the only quirk Shigaraki has is Decay, which they don't know about. So, yeah, he booms forward and instantly breaks Aizawa's neck. And surprisingly, not killing him, but almost. After breaking Aizawa's neck and Aizawa's pads clean out, Shigaraki begins to laugh before suddenly being punched and sent flying. He's sent flying all across the city. Bro legit got straight flying. Slammed through building after building after building after building. And next thing you know, you see a purple blur fly right back forward. This, of course, being Shigaraki. He goes in towards Deku. Deku's stunned at how fast this guy is, but of course, he's smarter. As Shigaraki's about to come close to Deku ducks. At the speed Shigaraki's moving at, is not really easy to stop. And he instantly uppercuts Shigaraki's stomach and sends him flying. He bones forward, instantly kicks him right back down to the ground. Speed Blitz kicks him in the face again. Speed blitzes and punches him across the stomach over and over and over and over again before unleashing a massive blast of heat vision. And when Shigaraki sees this, he jumps backwards and unleashes a blast of heat vision of his own. Izuku's heat vision being blue, Shigaraki's heat vision being red. A massive beam clash goes off as both of them would fall backwards, holding their eyes in pain. Though Shigaraki is in a little less pain than Izuku, so he's a hybrid. He blitzes forward and uppercuts him over and over and over and over again. Grabs him by the face and just starts slamming his mans everywhere. He then proceeds to throw him to the side like a rag doll. The next time you tried, Izuku then looks upward at him and says, "What are you?" Shigaraki would turn around and look at him and smile. He then proceeds to lift up his arm and reveal a tattoo of the symbol that's on Izuku's ship. Izuku has white. Wait, why do you have that symbol? Shigaraki looks at him and says, "What do you mean?" "I'm like you. I'm the last family you got left, kid." He walks towards him and comes close. It's nice to meet you, little brother. Izuku just simply sits there quietly. He starts shaking. No. No. Don't deny it. I'm all the family you got. No. You can't be. No one in my family can be a villain. I'm not a villain. I'm just doing what I got to. I'm protecting you. How are you protecting me? We'll find out. Shigaraki proceeds to grab him by the throat and say, but for now, go quiet. He knocks him out. In case you guys are wondering, Shigaraki's not his brother. It's simply a psychological warfare. He's manipulating him. And trust me, he's successful. He's winning. I want you to know this. He is winning. So, don't be surprised. Anyways, he knocks him out and proceeds to turn around and disappear. Everyone all across the world witnessed what happened on this day, and All For One is angered because he wanted Shigaraki to kill All Might. When Shigaraki returns, All For One insults him like a dog, but Shigaraki grabs him by the throat. Let me make myself clear here, Shigaraki. I am not your pawn. You understand me? You may have given me decay, but you never gave me these other quirks. I gave you everything you have, you idiot. Now how come Aizawa power didn't deactivate them? It's a dead switch. It prevents quirks from deactivating them. As All For One looks at him with red eyes and Shigaraki's thrown back and slammed against the wall. All For One suddenly has a green glow come off his hand. He booms forward and immediately uppercuts Shigaraki with it. As Shigaraki falls against the ground, begins to hold his face in pain, screaming in pain. Don't forget your place. As Shigaraki just holds his head. Flashback. A few years ago, All For One and Shigaraki, well actually a good while ago, but All For One and Shigaraki were out. Shigaraki was eating with All For One, and All For One was shape-shifted in order to hide his true appearance. While they were shape-shifting, Izuku took a sample of Shigaraki's DNA and began to to find out what he is, because he obviously wasn't human. While explaining his DNA, he ends up finding a little gem. He always wore the gem around his neck and realizes that the gem is interacting with the DNA, almost like it's hurting it, it's harming it, it's killing it. So every single day, he began to find out more and more, and remembers his source as to where he found the green gem, and realized that it's like a weakness. But Shigaraki currently isn't aware of the fact that this is kryptonite. He doesn't know. He assumes All For One is simply massively stronger than him. But in all actuality, All For One has been using Shigaraki's weakness against him this entire time. Time skip, baby. That was weird. Why did I do that? Anyways. You see Deku with everyone being inside of his Fortress of Solitude, a secret place that only Deku and a few pro heroes currently, that being Hawks, Endeavor, and All Might, actually know about. Currently, Aizawa now knows about it because the Kryptonian bots are healing his neck to the best of their ability, but these things are straight up able to bring people back to life and do a whole bunch of unnatural shit. So if I decide that they can do this, they more than likely can. Like, not even in no egotistical shit. Like, they probably can do this. So, just saying. Back to where I was, though. You see the process as to what's going on, and you see Aizawa. His neck is being fixed and repaired at a very rapid rate, and they finally decide to go ahead on and go. Once they leave, you see Naruto. Deku. He's sitting down and trying to discuss with All Might what they should do in order to solve this problem. All Might explains that currently, someone with that level of power can only be fought back against by you. And he seemed to have possessed multiple powerful quirks and more abilities than even you. What do you mean? All Might explained how this guy was able to disintegrate a building with a single touch. He could have instantly killed him if he wanted to. Deku explained that it's interesting. He should do more research on him. He would immediately go towards his supercomputer and began to do research. Now there's one more thing I want to do. Shigaraki and Deku's DNA are going to be matched. Now they're not going to be brothers, but they are going to be related. And Shigaraki's family, the Zods, did a lot of altering in order to hide who Shigaraki truly was, because they didn't want him to end up like General Zod. So his DNA is infused and altered and fucked around with by the genes of the L's. So what I'm making myself do is gene therapy, basically. It's gene therapy. According to any computer or anything that does anything when it comes to DNA, Shigaraki's cells are always going to show that he is an L, not a Zod. Okay? Hopefully you guys aren't too angry about that, but I figured it would be like the best way in order to do this without confusing myself. So, yeah. Anyways, back to where I was. Deku could be seen flying around in circles. He's trying to figure out the best solution as to how to master his new powers he recently discovered. Now, real quick, I'm about to go ahead on and just freaking. Look, join Discord server, because Discord server has all the videos and all the proof of everything that I'm doing when it comes to Superman's powers. Right, that Silver Age, Golden Age, I don't really care. I'm giving him powers from all of them. Okay? But I am going to go ahead on just play one of the videos.
Agamemnon contingency. File code name. Last son.
That's not what I'm looking for.
It just gets better and better. Welcome to a new series that I like to call Silver Age Shenanigans. The show where we take a look at some of the craziest comic book covers in DC's history. And
put it simply, videos gonna be uploaded in Discord. So you guys want to know about the insane and just retarded powers that this man just get out of nowhere? Trust me, it's a lie. He could shoot a mini version of himself out of his head. And I even mention Golden Age Superman. So, to be real, Loki's showing mercy on this one, because this man's ain't normal. Anyways, back to where I was. Flying around in circles, he instantly goes forward and instantly slams his fist right through a zero pointer. Throw another one, and another one, and another one. He grabs it, picks it up, and instantly rips it in half. He flies around in circles rapidly, destroying robot after robot after robot, until he comes across a pink gem. He sees a kid walking around with purple hair, and the kid has on this pink necklace. He goes towards him, and suddenly he freezes. Damn. Man, you look fine as shit. Hey, what's your name? The kid will look at him and say, ooh. I mean, I ain't complaining. Nah, you trolling me. I'm ugly. I don't know. You look too good and submissive right now. Man, I want you. I need you. What's your name? Bore me that, huh? Interested. What the fuck am I talking about? Why am I saying that? What is wrong with me? What are you doing to me? I'm not doing anything. Yes, you are. Deku would immediately grab me and say, what the he holds on to the gem and just his hand burns. He throws it into the ground, and Izuku suddenly just grows. He turns into a pause. Alright, pause. He turns into a baddie. And then just sits there. What the fuck? What's happening? He says in confusion as everyone around him just looks at him like, what the fuck you got going on, bro? He's like, what did you do to me? As he grabs him, he's like, I didn't do anything. He grabs it from the freaking crystal and just yeets that bitch. And suddenly he turns back to normal. Doesn't even think like that. He doesn't feel like that anymore. He's just confused. What the hell happened? I'm genuinely concerned for myself. Mel just looks at him. You did this to yourself. Like I didn't do anything. Shut up or kill yourself. One or the other. Turns back around. This was interesting, to say the least. Now, since it was clear, there is no entrance exams for Izuku. He's been training at UA for the past few months, past 10 months now. He's basically been living there. He already told her to incorporate the dorm system just because he's basically already living there. So what's the point in not having dorms if he lives there and all the other students don't get that opportunity? He just didn't want to be alone. But I digress. He's now seen working on his training. While everyone else is focused on destroying robots, he's just training the whole time. But one thing's for sure, halfway into his training, he will stop to go watch over the students until the zero pointer ends up coming out. When the zero pointer comes out, he ends up destroying everything and going in and almost killing Uraraka. But Izuku appears and catches the robot's leg. He looks up and says, "Man, I'm so tired of destroying these things." He grabs zero pointer and freaking yanks it. Blinding speed. It's zoomed right out of orbit. Everybody who sees it is flabbergasted. Like, he threw this mud to Jupiter. Yes, he threw it that far. It's on Jupiter. Not even on Jupiter, it's in Jupiter. Matter of fact, this bitch probably flew right through Jupiter. Point is, it's at Jupiter. It's gone. It's destroyed. That mud is gone. Gone, 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 gone. Anyways, this is where we end off part 1. Let me know down below how you guys feel. Part 2 of What If Naruto Was a Vampire is probably coming out before, and or after. It's really whenever I randomly decide I want to upload it. So, hope you guys are okay with that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and I'm going to talk a lot. So, if I just randomly stop, just know I am explaining why I'm giving him certain powers. And explaining that I'm not just giving him regular Superman. I'm gonna tell you this, Deku was Golden Age Superman. No, I don't know. I'm Silver Age or Golden Age. It's gonna be one of the ages because I'm giving him the powers of all of them. So, yeah.